Hey y'all, for the first time in a long time, and I do mean a long, long time, but I'm back and I'm just wanting to get on here and check the temperature, see what's going on. I haven't posted consistently since like 2021, 2022 range. It's clearly 2026. And yeah, I just want to check back in. I'm considering coming back to YouTube a little bit, so I'm just like I said, checking the temperature, seeing where my subscribers is at. I know they're like, girl, what happened? Because it's literally been such a long span. And like I said, I was really, really transparent on this channel. I did treat it like a video diary, and I feel like I shared a lot only to just randomly fade away. But for my astrology people, I will say this. I was in the midst of my Saturn return. So, yeah, it's safe to say I had some bigger fish to fry in that time frame. But yes, please do not expect this video to be polished or, super organized. I just have my phone and a sheet of paper that I wrote the things I'd like to get into on. But beyond that, just vibe twins. Like, we're not about to do too much. Um, so yeah, I'm glad if you are still a subscriber on this channel. Thank you so much for hanging in there. I know it's been a lot. I feel like even with the things I was posting towards the end of me leaving YouTube, it was just like getting increasingly more insane. Like, is she okay? Like, what's going on? Like, I feel like there was like an era where I was super wholesome and on my spiritual journey and just like sharing that, and then like sharing my first move back to North Carolina. And then there was a party era with my friends on here where I was like traveling to see my friends every weekend with $20 to my name. And then there was also like a mental health era because your girl was going through it. So like I said, this has always just been a platform that I was very transparent about how I was feeling, what I had going on at the time. So, I mean, I hope it helped somebody. It definitely was therapeutic to me in a lot of ways. So I hope it wasn't in vain and that at least some of my subscribers got something out of it. So just being really upfront, we need to get into where I'm at now, post Saturn return. So at the time I would have been posting, it would have been like on the brink of my Saturn return, which for those that aren't like super into astrology, it is the time period between age like 27, I think it's 27 to 31, where Saturn returns to its original point in your natal chart, and it makes you have to pretty much just restructure your entire life, like from the ground up. Like if you have not, or even just like karmically too, like if you have, I don't want to be too like, I don't want to simplify it too much, but I also don't want to complicate it too much. It's just a time period where you really have to look around and assess like what's working in my life and what's not. And if you had foundations that were building up what's not, then they're gonna come crashing down, and it's probably for the best. And the beauty of it though is that you can build up new structures that fit you and who you truly are much better. So that's my best quick little breakdown. So I would have been on here probably like age 25 to 26 in La La Land, not really thinking about the future too much, or not too serious, which you really shouldn't anyways. But yeah, I was just kind of going with the flow. I graduated college and went into the workforce, and it was horrible like expected. But I at least thought that I would be more fulfilled in terms of like, I don't know, like actually making decent money and able to like afford a certain life after going to school all that time like they told you to do. And it was just, I don't know, I guess I just quickly became disillusioned, and I think that started to feed into my mental health. I was like, wait, so we all just have to do the capitalism thing until we die, and I'm already suffering like in my 20s. Like, I'm definitely not doing this. I'm not doing this until I'm 85-ish, apparently. Um, but no, definitely not. Definitely not. I. Well, we'll get into all that. But first of all, location wise, I was in West Virginia. I was in my later 20s. I was an artist on the side, but I had all these kick around jobs, which I took them seriously. I was in mental health field where I worked in like crisis units where I would, it varied. Like sometimes I would be on the crisis line for like suicide help, and then other times I would be like more dispatch, like dispatching out mental health workers to someone have a mental health crisis. So I was deep in the mental health streets, and it started to take a toll on my own mental health. And I was also traveling an hour and back to work each day, somewhere in the mix of that. So it just was a lot. But now, fast forward, I am back in North Carolina, believe it or not. I'm in Durham, North Carolina, which I'm not too familiar with this area. I've always been more in the Greensboro, High Point, Winston-Salem area, but now I'm in a whole entirely different city. And I do still go back to my home in West Virginia fairly often because I do so many different art programs back home. So it's about 3.5 hours apart. So when I have something going on in West Virginia, I just go to West Virginia, and beyond that, I'm just here. I've been here since January of this year, like right after my birthday. I randomly moved. We can get into that another time. But yes, I've been down here since. I've been enjoying myself, and I don't know, like it's been really nice to be somewhere I have no real like call to. So like everybody here is totally new. Like it's kind of refreshing in a way, honestly. Like I don't know anyone here besides my partner, but I'll get into all that. I'm looking at my list. Day-to-day life, nothing really. Like I wake up whenever. I really just don't do much, y'all. Like I rest a lot now. I think I'm 30 now. I'm 31 actually. So I'm slowed down a lot than what it once was on this channel. So like I wake up, I usually, have a slow morning, might eat breakfast, might not. I like to read a lot, of course, I like to paint. It's really walkable down here, so I like to just take a stroll every now and then. Sometimes I'm just on my phone chilling. I am a regular person in 2026, so I do be on my phone. Just not too much. And then usually my partner gets off work and we go do stuff in the evenings, but super chill, super slow life versus prior I was rush, 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 go, go, go. Had to wake up at like 5:30 a.m., be in the car headed to work at 6 a.m. and work a shift from 7 a.m. until 3 p.m. Get back home about 4 to 5 p.m. depending on traffic. Do a little something, then try to get to bed at a reasonable hour to do it all again. Just too much, like just so much rushing. And like now I look back, I'm like, girl, no wonder you were so dysregulated all the time. Like your nervous system literally never even stood a chance, to be honest. So yes, day-to-day looks good. Like I said, I do different art programs back in West Virginia. So like right now it's like I'll be here for like 2 or 3 weeks. I'll just rest, relax, do whatever. And then I'll go back to West Virginia for like 3 days to 2 weeks and go do what I need to do up there. And then come on back and relax. So love that for me. Going back to the list. Oh, I mean, I wrote down just getting more into me being 30, which I wish I would, if I would have known that my 30s was gonna be this lit, I would have pressed fast forward. That's probably much to say, but like they just age shame so much, especially like Gen Z. Like they hate the idea of like reaching 30 or just like aging in general. And I'm just like, I am so much happier. I feel so much lighter. I feel so much more sure in who I am. I've always been somebody that had a strong sense of self, but now I'm like, I'm secure and anchored in that at this age. Like, nobody can literally tell me nothing. Like, you used to could be able to, shake me a little bit. But now it's like, no, you can't tell me anything about myself that I don't already know and haven't accepted. And it is what it is. I'm happy with where I landed. Yes, I made mistakes, but I'm happy with where I landed. And even like people that I've caused harm, because I've gotten to a point too where I can acknowledge like, okay, like, sometimes you are the toxic person. But I'm like, okay, like I've sat with it. I've sat with whatever shame or whatever you need to feel when you do actually cause harm. And, just thought about ways I could rectify. And I feel like I've done a good job of doing that with people like from my past or situations from my past where I look back like, well, you might have could have handled that better. You know what I'm saying? I'm so secure. I don't have any set outcome in life. I just want to be present and happy, and I don't put nearly as much pressure on myself. Like now that I see how this is all playing out, I have a better idea of how it's all playing out, and especially with this crazy economy, I'm like, girl, reinforcement to just continue doing whatever the hell you want. Literally what's gonna happen. Literally what's gonna happen. At least in the present, you'll be happy, and hopefully you can just carry that feeling over and over and over and over again to where that's just your reality, period. So going back to the list, I've kind of been jumping around as I'm looking at the list. I'm like, girl, you kind of not staying on task like you said you're gonna do. Okay. I did write on here like losing friends and my entire life foundation falling beneath me. Because, that's another thing. Like, half the people you see me in old videos with on here, I have no contact with them. Maybe even people I used to even just talk about and be in my feelings about on this channel. I have no contact. Like, these people are not even factors. Like, they are like in my introspection. Like, I'm definitely grateful and appreciate the experiences I have with people in the past, good or bad. But I'm just like, I just found myself in this new building of my life foundation, and just like wanting more things and connections that were better aligned for me. Like, I just found that I was misaligned with people that I actually really cherished and really had a great time with, really like, got a lot out of at the time. But when I started to look like, okay, what do I want my life to look like? Who am I? Who do I want my life? Who do I want to pass this time with? We never know how much time we got on this earth and in this life. So who do I want to pass this time with? What kind of people do I want to pass this time with? Who do I want to be in this time? I could just go on and on. But yeah, I just found that a lot of people, no matter how much I cherish them, I was like, ooh, I kind of don't see it the way you see it. And that's okay, but I gotta realize, like, to a degree, I'm okay with us not seeing it the way we need to see it to have a relationship. And I can be a little bit less vague with that and say that a lot of it was just people's responses to things going on in the world. And just the more, I was already someone that I would say put in effort to be socially conscious, but as I became like more aware of things going on globally, and just how it all comes back to just maintaining this insane belief in this tyrannical imperialist system, and people that just like continue to just like feed into that vibe, whether it be like just complete celebrity worship, or just being elitist, like thinking they were better because they had more money, and or just like had a better career status. Like I just got to where I just became nauseated, like being around people that just didn't get the bigger picture, like just too much individualism. Um, just made me out to be too woke. When look around you now, I mean, I don't know it, but I don't want to get too deep into it, because that's not like the overarching theme for why I fell out with a lot of people. But I just feel like, I think the best way to say it was, I just realized I just wasn't in as much of alignment with people than I thought I was. And it was hurtful in the beginning to lose so many friends and just have so many friends fall away. But in that time, I did also make new connections that, of course, were more fulfilling, because I have a better sense of self now. So I have so much more to both get out of these connections and also give in these connections. So it's sad to lose people, especially people you thought you was gonna be locked in with forever, and they just kind of fall away. It is sad and it is hurtful, but life goes on and on and on. That's all I can stick to, especially as I'm getting older, and I'm just seeing what the passage of time truly brings. You kind of see it as a kid, but I just see what the passage of time truly brings. And I've gone down the getting lost in nostalgia till you're absolutely like facing crippling depression behind being nostalgic for different things and people, which they don't tell you about that when it comes to aging. But I just have found that you can have an appreciation for the past, but you cannot. You will really drive yourself crazy, either trying to recreate or trying to like have feelings from the past, and then also like being super fixated and stressed about the future. You gotta stay present. Like that's my overarching advice. Like, stay present. Worry about keeping worry about keeping your nervous system regulated. Okay. Let me go back to the list. Okay, so yeah, in the midst of my Saturn return, I did have a soft landing when I got a job at this residential foster care facility. And I think I kind of posted about it on here, but it was weird. I was trying to do y'all a voiceover with like me playing Animal Crossing, and it was just me trying to just give y'all something. But I just felt like I didn't really go in depth. But I found the job to be really fulfilling. Started working there in like 2024 as like a treatment associate. So you're pretty much just like a house parent to these children that are in some kind of transitory state when it comes to like their custody. Like if they're gonna go back with their parent, if they're gonna be adopted, if they're gonna go, to a foster home. You are just a transitional space. So they have living quarters, they have a school, they have a gym. Like you're there as like a stand-in parent for whatever shift you work. And y'all, I held that job down. I think I held that job down for that's how you know I'm so unserious, because I'm like bragging about like staying at a job for a year. But yeah, it definitely was like a year and some change, and it challenged me so much emotionally. It emotionally, psychologically, it just took me places that I hadn't quite been yet, when it comes to just like seeing the humanity and people and specifically children, and realizing like just how oppressed children are. Um, yeah, like it even still, like when I think of it, it makes me emotional sometimes. But I work there, and I feel like I found myself so much within that job. I grew up a lot within that job because when you're with children, they're looking to you. Sorry, looking to you, looking to you, looking to you. So you're like, okay, well, what am I gonna be, and what am I gonna show to children when they're looking at me? What do I want to model for children? You know, when they're looking at me, when they need their needs met, or when they want to, see what's a good example of how to move about the world. What do I want to present to them? So, I learned a lot through that job, and also at the time of starting there, I launched my youth arts initiative that same spring of 2024, and it just caught fire, like all around that same time. So it was like I was having a downbeat period. I think I talked to y'all on here how like at the start of my Saturn return, like 2023, I was having so many stress related health issues from my highest paying job ever that I literally had to just like quit. Like I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like I'm just gonna be an artist for the summer and see where it goes. And my life was forever changed, like in that decision alone. So I'm so grateful. It was crazy in the meantime, but I've just been blessed to have so many emotionally challenging but also enriching situations that just helped me come into the person I am today. And looking back even at that job, I ended up being able to leave that job on a good note and a good stand-in to like tend to my art organization, because like I said, my art organization just took off. So I was like, okay, well, I guess this is my job now, which is see, we can see them two fingers touching, because I love that job, but y'all know my ultimate goal was to always get up out the capitalist system. And for now, your girl is safe. I'm able to just run my organization and be an individual artist, and I love that for me. So I'm not just gonna end every section with I love that for me. Hopefully not. Hopefully I can come up with something else after the next section. So yeah, I mean, so much of what I wanted for myself came to me in the years that passed, but not always in the way I would have expected. I will say that. Like now, like I know I was doing videos where I was saying like, hey, I'm painting in my super cramped studio apartment. This is my studio. How is it a studio, girl, when it's a studio to live in to begin with, so it's already small? So how are you trying to pair it as an art studio? Doesn't even matter anymore, because now I have my own art studio downtown in my hometown in West Virginia, which I might show y'all and take y'all to that. I'm not sure what kind of videos we're gonna be making on here going forward, but I now have my own studio space that's mine, and I can go to it anytime I want, and it's open and it's inspiring, and the lighting is beautiful. Like, this is something I came into when I just stopped stressing about it. I'm just like, it'll come, I'm gonna do my thing, but it'll come, and surely it came. So now, like I said, I'm down here, but I do go back and do a lot of creative placemaking. So, that's just me setting up different art events and then facilitating them. So like right now, I got a grant to do this program that I created called Black Girl Peace and Paint in West Virginia. Yes, indeed. So how it works is that I set up 3 paint sessions throughout my city, and I set everything up. I get the food, I book the venues, and I schedule everything, and then I have my attendees. They come to the sessions, they paint, they have a good time, they relax, and I'm just, wandering around, mingling, painting myself, eating myself. Definitely was eating down. I be eating down at my events, because I'm just chilling. It ain't really much for me to to do but enjoy the vibe like everybody else. So I do that, and then I also just finished teaching at Theater West Virginia's Spring Academy. So they go through various classes related to theater, but a little bit beyond that, because I was teaching a props design class. So we made different things like giant lollipops. We made like a giant mirror, picture frame. We did masks. Like we did a lot of different things, and they just had their showcase. So I won't be having to travel back and forth as much, but that's what I do now, y'all. Like I just do my thing as an artist. I still paint passively, leisurely, and sometimes I do showcase. I did have my own exhibition. I think that was in 2024, 2025. I don't know, but I did recently have my very first exhibition. And like I said, since then I've done a mural. I've done my first mural that I led with my organization. And since then I've just been, I also did teach like during the fall at the community center in my hometown as well. So I've just been doing different things as an individual artist, but also like within my organization. And my organization continues to grow. We continue to get, just everything we need. We've not had one point in my org since it started where I've not had an abundance of what I need, and I'm so grateful for that. Yeah, love, relationships, and kids. Actually, let me run that back real quick. Hold up, because I didn't talk about LayEuphoric.com, which y'all know I always have my independent publication. Y'all know I got a degree in journalism, and people would assume I don't use it, but I do to some degree. I still have my own platform that I contribute to. And, I will write for some publications. I still sometimes do some things for Black by God here and there. But for the most part, I'm just having a lot of fun with my same independent online publication that I've had. And the gag is, it turns 10 years old this year. My publication will be 10 years old. And it's just crazy considering it's something I started being kind of rebellious in college, and now it's like grown to where I'm just able to just literally write whatever the hell I want, feature whatever artist I want, nobody telling me what I need to be doing, and it's just fun, which is what I always wanted it to be. So I almost said it again. Moving forward, love, relationships, and kids. So no children, period, 31. And I got to get into that because that was something I was on here like complaining about years ago. I was like, oh, I want to have a kid by the certain amount of time. And now I'm just like, that's not even on my radar at all. Like I'm still in this mindset of like, if I don't have them by probably like 35, I probably just won't even fool with it. And my friends and family with kids, y'all just make me more and more, even the girls on TikTok, y'all just make me more and more sure each day that I'm okay without having kids. Like, I just love doing whatever I want any time of the day. I love just not having to worry about anybody, not even myself most of the time. Like, I'm chilling. Love kids. Love my nieces and nephews. Definitely, like the matriarchal figures in my family before, like I definitely strive to be a mother to many and just like care for any children in my proximity or even beyond my proximity, but I don't think I have to like actually be a physical mother to mother. Like I can mother that hard. But I don't know, maybe one day we will see. I do have a loving partner that this is probably like my healthiest relationship of all time, honestly. And I don't, I'm kind of like private with that. I'm always kind of, I try to be private about my like love life and stuff like that. But I've been with this person officially for a year, and we talked for like a year leading up to that, but I also knew them since I was like 15. So I have some familiarity. They're like a family friend. And just, the phase of life, like I was dating other people, they were dating other people, and then we kind of found each other again. So I'm just enjoying it. You know, I'm definitely also happy to be in a space where I don't look to possess people anymore. Like I just enjoy my time with them, and again, that's just part of staying present. I don't push any expectations in my connections. I do have boundaries, and I do have just like a upfront level of respect like I demand from any connection or interaction. Um, but I'm really free flow and I'm really fluid in my connections and just my being and my approach to life. And I feel like that is able to healthily flow in this relationship. Um, I've not really ever been somebody that had like labels or I don't know, it's just like containers for my sexuality or um, just like my viewpoint on dating. Like I've never been somebody that was like, you know, I'm just absolutely gonna be with this person for the rest of my life. Like I've always been kind of iffy about like marriage and stuff like that. And I wouldn't even say like iffy is the term for it now, but I'm just like I'm really open. I don't have any intended expectation for this current relationship or any relationship I would be in. It's like if I enjoy you enough. Sorry y'all, but yes, staying present. Like if I'm enjoying you and we just continue to enjoy each other, and that ends up amounting to 50 years, great. If it ends up amounting to 2 years, great. You know, it's no loss for me. I have endless love to give, and I am open to receive endless love. So that's how I look at it. I feel like that's such a much more healthy take to me, as opposed to just being like, oh, it's the black and white. Like you're with me, I'm with you. That's how it is. Like no matter what changes you experience or what goes on in life, like that's who you're with. Like that's who you. I never got into that. I already knew that. One, like I'm super moody. I always have been, but I'm also just like I don't know. Like I feel like I'm just somebody that evolves so much and so quickly, and I get new ideas, and I just like easily can just like form a new perspective on things. Like I just need the freedom to be as multi-dimensional as I am, and I just feel like a relationship that allows for that freedom is the relationship for me. um, Whatever that looks like, whatever structure and time period that is at that time, I have no constraint or expectation. Like even I feel like with who I would see as a potential partner, like I love my partner now. My partner now is so perfect for me. But I just feel like my choice in partners is definitely a lot more on an intellectual front, like who gets me intellectually and mentally. Um, Now, I want somebody to look good too, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like I I see what it's like to be with someone that I'm more equally yoked with, not just intellectually, but also creatively, just like in terms of being like socially aware. Like it's just so much more refreshing than being with someone that I'm just like, again, misaligned with, at odds with, and then trying to still like structure a connection around like things that you automatically like you already know like, ooh, that's gonna aggravate me real bad and continue to aggravate me real bad like if I stay with you. Like just dead it. Like just dead it. Just be alone or just seek out people that you're just better aligned with. That's what I've learned. But yes, so happy with my partner. I moved down here with my partner in January, and it's been a lot. It's been a transition, especially when you're a girly like me that went so long just living alone and just being single for the most part, used to my own space. Like I always thought I would never live with a man. Like which is always just like, oh my god, like the thought of one living with somebody was just hell on earth to me. Just due to like female roommates, just even family roommates. Like I was just like, ooh, I hate a roommate. Like, um, And then like the prospect of it being now it's a man, gotta have a roommate and it's a man. Yeah. So, you can see, there's definitely been some shifts in my thinking. I'm not a trad wife. I'm not I'm not pink pilled. I promise y'all nothing like that. I just really love my partner, and I just felt like we're compatible in a lot of ways where I was like, okay, we probably could live together. And it's been pretty good so far. They're also very creative and artistic, so we kind of bounce the energy off each other, I feel like. And they're just somebody I really enjoy like passing the time with. Like I said, like somebody that helps me stay present. Like that's my goal. I just want to keep the present moment beautiful, like at all times if possible. I don't want to not be having fun or enjoying myself for more than 2 minutes with this time I got left. Like it's my life. I'm gonna drive it like I stole it. So I just love a partner that just supports that. I'm not like super stressed about, again, both things that have been done in the past, or, are they resenting me for this? Is it this? And then also not like, ooh, are we gonna get married? Are we gonna do, like, I'm totally detached from both future and like past considerations. Day in and day out, I just want to enjoy my partner for the moment and period. Um, so yes, I'm still looking at my list, y'all. So in the past, this channel did operate as like a video diary, and I plan for it to be much the same. Like if I do come back on here more consistently, like I just want to chat with y'all. Like, I definitely want to get into some deeper topics, as I have and I will on this channel. But for the most part, I want to keep it like therapeutic. Like I don't want to have any pressure on myself to like have deadlines of like when I need to have a video up. Like it's not gonna be given that. It's definitely not gonna be given that at all. I'm very free flowing. I want to hop on here organically and when I feel like it. And if y'all down for the ride, then y'all welcome. I mean, if you're already here, then you're welcome to stay. Yeah, so I put on here like that I want to emphasize that the way I want to maintain that approach, or the reason I want to maintain that approach is just being kind of loosey-goosey with what I post, is because I am a millennial girly at heart. Like, I'm a MySpace girly. Like, I've been online since the days when it was just fun, and when you did just post whatever. You did just post your sandwich at the restaurant. You did just post a picture of the wall at the train station where you saw a nice mural. Like, you did post a picture like with half your, like, you just posted because it was fun. You didn't care. It wasn't for like, oh, I want to get so amount of likes. Like, I'm just not as interested in curation, because I'm seeing that going on like every other platform, as I am just like sharing and just like exchanging ideas. I don't want to like have the perfect aesthetic and like gotta have the perfect backdrop and saying the perfect stuff at the perfect time, the perfect people. Like I'm not trying to do that on here. Like I just want to chill and chat. Like really, that's what it comes down to. I do still have a love for long form content. I'm just a little bit wrapped up with all my art programming that I don't really have the time to sit and like write out an outline, a script towards like certain ideas I have, but I would like to get there, and I plan to get back to that space here soon, because I really was leveling my video essays, or just even when I would just get a hold of a topic and just talk about it for some time. I do miss them days, and maybe they can come back. I know I'm down to 2 brain cells left at this point, but I feel like I can come up with something. And yeah, I'm just gonna go over my last little bullet point, which was, how do I feel about like old content on here versus like now? And I have gone through and I've like reorganized some of my videos and stuff, like gotten rid of what I don't want, but for a lot of it, I don't care about being cringe, so I don't feel like I need to go back and delete, videos where I was like super vulnerable, even though it was embarrassing. Low-key. I don't feel like I need to go back because that's who I was and that's what I feel like sharing, and it's authentic to me and my story. So I don't see why I need to take that stuff down and start over necessarily. But yeah, I'm just interested in sharing more with y'all and me, and sharing more with y'all about me. And, I guess my journey through my 30s, y'all kind of got me at my late 20s, and, I'd be happy to share more. I'm just trying to see, like, how receptive we are on this channel. And even if it ain't no reception, I probably would still post, to be honest. That's just where I'm at with, like, wanting to come back on this platform and treating it like a video diary once again. So yeah, I told y'all this video wasn't gonna be polished. I was gonna be here chatting, and now I'm about to get off of here, y'all. It's a sunny day. I'm trying to go to the pool and relax. I'm just getting back in Durham from some art events programming like over the weekend. Plus it was Mother's Day weekend. I've been turning up with my family. Like, I'm trying to get settled back in down here. So I'm about to head out. It was so nice to chat with y'all, and so much love. Y'all will hear from me soon. Bye.